Good morning. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. I'm Barry Bryson. We're continuing our study of the suffering servant passage, Isaiah chapters 40 through 56, early verses there in 56, in which we are told about God's plan to bring the Messiah and who the Messiah will be. But in this long, sustained prophecy, messianic prophecy, God does go into detail about how it's going to happen. And we've just spent 2 chapters of God speaking directly to the Babylonians, who, when these words were written, were not even ascendant yet. They're on the scene and they're an emerging power, but the Assyrians are the dominant force in that area. But he's writing to them about their future. Yes, you are going to be great, but for a brief time. The Babylonian Empire was the dominant empire in the Middle East and in Mesopotamia for less than 100 years, 86 years. That's it. They are a very brief, glorious time between the Assyrians and the Persians, and they were there just long enough for the 70 years of captivity that God promised would happen to his children. And he's coming back to speak to those children today. So, chapter 48, we're not talking to Babylon anymore, although there will be reference to the fall of Babylon. He's speaking to his people. So, we're going to read verses 1 through 8 of chapter 48 today. Hear this, O house of Jacob, who are named Israel, and who come forth from the loins of Judah, who swear by the name of Yahweh, and invoke the God of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. They call themselves after the holy city, and lean on the God of Israel, Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh of armies. When you read armies, hosts, that means armies. The Lord of hosts is his name. I declare the former things long ago, and they went forth from my mouth, and I proclaimed them. Suddenly I acted, and they came to pass. Because I know that you are obstinate. Your neck is an iron sinew, your forehead bronze. I therefore declared to you long ago. Before they took place, I proclaimed these things to you, lest you should say, my idol has done them, and my graven image and my molten image have commanded them. You have heard. Look at all this. And will you not declare it? I proclaim to you new things from this time, even hidden things, which you have not known. They are created now, and not long ago, and before today you have not heard them, lest you should say, behold, I knew them. You have not heard, you have not known. Even from long ago your ear has not been open, because I knew you would deal treacherously, and you have been called a rebel from birth. So God is speaking to his people and telling them how intransigent they are, how stubborn they are. And I love the image, that their neck is a sinew and that their head is of bronze. You can just see and imagine for yourself just the coils of muscle in a neck and the granite hard head. That's how he describes them. And he says, I'm your God. You call on my name, but you're not doing it in truth. You don't worship me in truth. And I have told you what was going to happen in the past, and it did happen. You know it. And I did that so that you would know that I'm the one who did it. So you wouldn't say, oh, this idol that I carved for myself, he's the one who made it happen. And then he says, and now I'm going to tell you the future. So when the future happens, you'll know I did it, and it will just be the way it will happen just the way I say it will. And of course, he's been specific. He's named Cyrus by name, Cyrus the Persian by name in this longer prophecy. So he has he's made clear to them, I am the only God. I am your God. You say you depend on me, but you don't worship me in truth. You have these idols, and I tell you what I've done and what I'm going to continue to do. And that is tell you what's going to happen and then make it happen. I love that he said, I said it almost impulsively, and I said it in an instant, and it happened. And of course, that's the way he created the universe. He spoke things into existence. Let there be light, and there was light. That's the God we serve. And he is identifying himself as the one who makes history happen and who tells us ahead of time how things are going to work out. And then they happen exactly as he said they would. And therefore we must listen to him when he tells us about the future and know that it is a promise he will keep. Okay, we'll pick up with verse 9 next time. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word.